Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am your brother Noor, and I just want to kind of reflect on a couple of points that we made during Jummah earlier today. The topic of this Jummah were that we must watch our intentions, that we must always be sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with our intentions. And not only that, that we have to intend. This is good to have intentions to do good things in this life and in the hereafter. And I started off with this hadith from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he said, "The servant performs good deeds, which angels raise up on sealed scrolls. These are laid before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who says, 'Cast this scroll away, for what is in it he intended not my countenance.' And with that he calls on the angels and he says, 'Write for him such and such and such and such.' And they say, 'Our Lord, he did none of these things,' but Allah ta'ala shall answer, 'He intended them.'" So I start off with this hadith for a few reasons. First and foremost, to show that anything that we do that is not for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not be accepted. No matter what it is, you see the angels, they raise up the deeds on sealed scrolls. These are good deeds. It could be deeds of you giving away money to charity. It could be deeds of you doing ibadah, deeds of you dressing in a modest way, doing all outwardly things, giving talks, giving lectures, doing journeys, going to hijrah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, these were things that were not done for the countenance of Allah. These were things that you have done in order to get some kind of worldly gain for, or to show off for people. Astaghfirullah. So Allah casts these deeds away, unfortunately. These are the deeds that are not going to show up on our scale of good deeds. These deeds may actually show up on our scale of bad deeds, depending on what was our intention for doing them. So these are the things that we must get away from. Everything we do for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we cannot have mixed intentions. We cannot mix our niyyah. And the next part of that was how he says, "Write for him such and such, and write for him such and such." And they say, "Our Lord, he did none of these things, but Allah Ta'ala shall answer, he intended them. He intended to do these things." So that says right there that we cannot shy away from having good, righteous intentions. These are not things that we were trying to do on the dunya. These are not things like he was trying to buy a house, he was trying to buy a car, right for him that he was trying to finish college. No, these are things that we were striving for in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This person may have wanted to go to Hajj, but he didn't have the money. This person may have wanted to feed the poor, but he didn't have the money. This person was on his way to do a good deed, but he got into an accident. This person wanted to fast, but unfortunately he was sick. This person wanted to be a better shepherd of the religion, but these things came in his way and he couldn't do it. So we write for him a good deed anyway. So with these reflections, we see that first and foremost, we must always have intentions to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to get closer to him when we do our good deeds. And next is that we should always have righteous intentions to do things for this deen, to do things to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These should crowd our thoughts. These should always be in our hearts. And we should always strive for these things. As we are in a situation right now where our actions are limited, but we should have our slate full of intentions, and as soon as the restrictions are off, we should run towards these things. However, we shouldn't be Muslims who are just here and we're existing and we don't have a bunch of good things that we have on our slate to do. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.